Today was day one of NFL free agency. 50 free agents have changed teams since 9 o'clock this morning when the free agent window opened up. Let me walk through this with you. I'll give you marquee names that hockey fan will identify with. First off, 57 goal scorer Sam Reinhart, last seen raising the Stanley Cup for the Florida Panthers. He just agreed today on an 8-year extension worth $69 million. He stays with the Florida Panthers. The next big story is what happened in Boston. They had a great season and they got knocked out of the playoffs lickety split. They spent a ton of money. They raided the Vancouver Canucks. They killed them. They took one of their top center icemen, Elias Lindholm. He signed a 7-year extension. They took their top defenseman, Nikita Zadorov, who was paired with Quinn Hughes, who's their elite all-star blue liner. Zadorov has gone to Boston, and they took Anaheim Ducks physical left winger, Max Jones. Boston has gotten firepower. They've kind of changed the whole persona of what was a pretty good team. Toronto, which was continued to be a disappointment. The Maple Leafs made the deal to get Chris Tanev of the Dallas Stars. They made a draft day trade to get his rights to negotiate. And the minute you heard they gave up a third-round pick to get the chance to negotiate with a veteran defenseman, and then the veteran defenseman signed a mega-year contract to go to the Maple Leafs, and then they followed that by stealing Oliver Ekman-Larsson of the Florida Panthers. He leaves the championship team, so the Maple Leafs, as good as they are offensively, go into the marketplace and help themselves on the blue line. But maybe the best group of hours, this whole sucker opened at 9 o'clock this morning, belongs to Nashville. They signed 42 goal-scoring forward Jonathan Marchessault of Las Vegas. It's a stunner. The Golden Knights let him walk. They signed Brady Skelch, a forward from Carolina. They signed Steve Stamkos, future Hall of Famer, Tampa Bay Lightning, their captain, 555 career goals. All those guys are going to Nashville. Tampa Bay won the bidding war for Jake Wenzel, who got out of Carolina. He got a lot of offers from a lot of teams. He signed with the Tampa Bay Lightning. A couple of other names you'd recognize off the hockey hotline. Blackhawks, who I thought had a really good draft. They turn around and sign Tyler Bertuzzi, 20-goal scorer of the Maple Leafs, and Alec Martinez, a former defenseman, Las Vegas. Vancouver, riddled by defection, signs Jake DeBrusk, a 30-goal scoring winger from Boston. LA Kings sign Warren Fogle. He was the grinder, the left winger that played so well for the Edmonton Oilers. They also signed Joel Edmondson, a defenseman of the Toronto Maple Leafs. New Jersey signs Brett Pesky, defenseman from Carolina. Washington signs Matt Roy, workman-like defenseman, LA Kings. That's a big loss for LA. Seattle signs Brandon Montour, one of the first pair defensemen for the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Montour is an ex-San Diego Gull. He gets a monster payday. He goes to Seattle. And Edmonton signs Victor Arvidsson, kind of a utility man forward who can score goals. He comes from the Kings, and they're about to sign Jeff Skinner of the Buffalo Sabres, whose contract was bought out. Not only do we have 50 free agents sign in the first 3 hours of free agency, John, we also had 19 trades the day of the NHL draft. So the player movement is not over, but the player movement is absolutely amazing, and most of the big names are now off the boards. John?
So in that flurry of names and teams and everything you just shared, what's going on with the Coyotes? I mean, are they active right now, or are they just kind of biding time until they move?
Well, the franchise moved. The franchise is in Salt Lake City. It is called the, quote, Utah Hockey Club. And they've been active. They continue to draft well. They'd stockpile pits. I think they signed 1 or 2 second-tier free agents today. They've not traded anybody. That's a young team whose arrow is probably pointed up. It's just going to take them some time to get all their players in. But the response in Salt Lake City is unbelievable. I think we talked about it about a month ago. They have season ticket orders for 34,000 fans in an arena that's going to seat just 12,000. Now, that's not full season ticket orders. That could be half season ticket orders. It could be, Friday, Saturday, Sunday season ticket orders. But 34,000 want to be part of Utah Hockey Club going forward on year one.
Yeah, good on them. I mean, I think the Coyotes are going to be in a better spot, or really they're not Coyotes. I think the Blizzard is the name they're going to get, right, Lee?
Well, they haven't chosen the final name. It's going to be called the Utah Hockey Club in year one. and they're going to make a decision in the next 6 months. There will be another fans vote from people as to what the name is. They came up with, I think, 6 finalist names. I like Blizzard more than I like any of the others. I disliked some of the others that they came up. John, last topic.